Shalom.
Shalom.
Aye. Let to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kodash, the honesty apostles, and those of good news to do well. God, peace and blessing to the acrimony will have pushed this to the four corners of the earth. God, right? Come out here to talk about really and truly. When you look at all for the past 2 to 3 weeks, you keep seeing that same pattern. Jake's always talking about things pertaining to here. Either be at prosperity, like the man talk about, even Apostle Gabba had to do a video recently about a guy who was talking about he don't want to be woke and be broke. You understand? I really enjoyed that video, to be honest with you. And he brings us some very good points. You understand? So I want to talk about that fact. Jake really don't know the reason why they're here. You understand? Jake here constantly trying to get an inheritance with the heathens. When really and truly it was never so. You understand? It had certain situations where Jake always like to turn to, right? Jake always like to talk about, so what about when Joseph was in Egypt? Or what about Daniel? And Daniel looked at a nice little, yeah, that is true. It had men that the Lord raised up in those times, and that was to serve a particular purpose. But generally speaking, this is not our kingdom. You understand? When there was in Babylon, this is the apostle point out. When there was in Babylon, who was on top? Babylonians. They were getting the bountiful everything. Had 1 or 2 jakes that the Lord allowed to get certain things, just like now. But generally speaking, that was their portion. When there was in Egypt, it was the same thing. Joseph gave the reply, it's true, but that was the Egyptians' portion until that time was fulfilled. And this society is no different. But Jake keep trying to get a slice of this cake, which really and truly there shouldn't be. You take a precept from Bible culture, there's Hebrews 13 verse 14. Right? Jake keep trying to get a slice of this cake. You know, like I talk about America, the big, you know, get a bite of the big apple. That is the spirit, you know. That is the spirit that Jake is. They keep trying to get a bite of this big apple, and really and truly, this apple is not for them. This apple is for the heathens. Right, this is for them to enjoy.
13 and 14,
yeah.
Hebrews 13 and verse 14. For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come.
Right? They say, here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. That way you see when the Lord walked, what this used to be telling men. Let's get an example of that too. Right? The Lord never used to be walking around with get rich quick schemes. You understand? It wasn't like, hey, people chase, make money. You know, we gotta stunt just like the Romans. There was none of that. That wasn't the Lord vibration when he was teaching. He was teaching was separation. He was teaching to make haste to flee from these times. That is the mindset the Lord was pushing. He himself, even the apostle bring now, he said what he was. He made himself poor for our sakes. His father was a carpenter. Carpenters wasn't poor, especially if a skilled carpenter. These guys wasn't poor.
Especially in them times, most of the furniture was wood and so on.
Exactly. Houses, everything was wood. These men used to have money and to give people all last side. Even the Lord himself say what they say, foxes and holes and so forth. They say, but the Son of Man have no way to rest his head. That is the level that he was on, going from place to place with nothing in his pocket. But when he had multiplied the fish, he didn't even have the fish to multiply. Somebody bring the fish to him. Yes. That is to show you, he was not on money. No, it's not to say that brothers wouldn't have money and these things, but that mindset that Jake keep trying to push, to try to establish yourself here in a crumbling society, it makes no sense. You know, they are supposed to have fun, right?
Yeah.
They'll bring out something in mind.
Because just this week on, Jeff Bezos made a post and say what recession coming. He said don't buy any. Yeah, he list 3 things and he said don't buy no TV, fridges, no cars. He said a recession is on the way and he's the richest man on the planet.
You wouldn't believe I was reading about recession just last night. One of the things I read is that because of cars is one of the reasons why people is actually like be an expense.
Yeah.
Like yo.
Because people don't understand. A car is not a commodity. A car is what will be labeled as a liability. You understand? It's not an asset. Because as they drive out, they could buy the most expensive car in the world. As it leaves the showroom, it starts to depreciate. You understand? So if you buy it for 50,000, you can never ever sell it back for 50,000. Once them tires touch the road, that is it.
Not just that. The amount of money you might push into it
to maintain it.
before you sell it back.
Yeah.
You're automatically
To maintain it, bring it back up to that standard where somebody would want to buy paint it over, new rims, what, you know? And these things is not cheap. A set of rims is about $5,000-$6,000, and that cheap set. You know?
That basically that the mentality of Jake. Lavish.
Yeah.
Sometimes Jake even sticking a hand where the hat can reach. You understand? He said he's sticking a hat with a hand can reach. Just to be able to try to have some kind of
to show that they have some kind of status.
To want to look like the oppressors.
So you will want to take out a big time car and then work your ass off for years just to pay off that car. And when they do pay it off, right, they realize all the money you've been paying for the car, you can't even sell it to make that back.
I even see in certain places where I just work, it have people driving better cars than the boss. And the boss
is the boss, he's the owner, he's the man making the money.
Trust me, he making way more money than them. And he don't even drive the kind of car. That is showing the mindset that Jake is. Jake always trying to try to feel like they have something here. You understand? And that Jake, see let me see the mindset the Lord was in and what he used to tell the mindset he used to tell men to be in. He said in Matthew 19, I'll start from verse 20, right? It say the young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up, what lack I yet? It said, Mashiach said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, it said, go and sell all that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. You understand? So that is what the Lord was telling him to do. He said, go and sell everything you have, and you go have treasure in heaven. In the kingdom, you go have that treasure, and come and follow me. But wait, what Mr. Paper Trail mindset was on? You see, but when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. And that was the mindset of plenty Jakes back then. Even the Pharisees, and you know, I don't think the Pharisees, Sadducees. I know one of them was like real wealthy, like a big real high class.
I think that was the Pharisees, and they just used to like just, as they say, broadly for luxuries now, but to show that we have high status now, but they didn't really care much about the righteousness.
But in terms of like that is what they used to focus on. They used to just be studying comfort. And they used to actually, the things the Lord was preaching was actually against them. Because they didn't want to lose the things that they had. So the mind was here. That's why the Lord was keep telling them what? They say, I am from above and you are from beneath. Because the things the Lord studying is heavenly things. While the things they studying is here. And the Jakes of today in that same mindset. All they studying is the things that are here. But they don't understand the reason why they are here in this kingdom in the first place.
Right? There's Philippians 2. I'll start from 1. It says, if there be therefore any consolation in Mashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels and mercies, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Let nothing be done through strife nor vainglory, but in lowliness of mind. Let each esteem other better than themselves. There he said that all things be done what? In lowliness. You understand? Do what he said, do nothing through strife or vainglory. You're a security officer, but you working your ass off to buy a bed. Like vainglory. To do what? To pull up to your job in a Benz and park it up. You know?
And struggle to pay.
And strife. That is strife. He said, let nothing be done in strife and vainglory. That is what that is.
and you're struggling to pay for it.
Come.
You understand?
That is the strike.
But like I say, Jake don't understand the reason why we here to serve a prison sentence.
Come.
We're not here for luxury and lavish.
Fun and game.
That is why scriptures say what they say, godliness with contentment is great gain.
Come.
It's not to be lavish here. They will have brothers that will have, but those brothers are not going to be the majority to start with. And then secondly, they're not supposed to be putting all the attention to those things that they have. You understand? Because that can be a stumbling block on them. Now I say they that be rich fall into a snare and temptation, and many harmful lusts. That's why majority of the time when they come into the truth, the first thing that's happened to is financial problems. That is one of the first things that's happened to you, financial problems. If it's not that, it's something with your wife or something close. Then
Hosea 4 and 6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children.
and it's just like he tells Solomon, he said, because you ask for wisdom, he said he give him even riches on the back end. Because without wisdom you can't handle riches. You will destroy yourself.
And he said, because you asked for only wisdom, I'll give you what you asked for, and everything else I didn't ask for. That's why Solomon had what he had. But he wasn't even focused on, I king now, I want land, I want result. No, he was like, Father, the only thing written that Solomon asked for was what? Wisdom to rule Israel well. And the Most High saw that was a righteous wish. And he grants him that. And because he asked for that, that is why he get the riches and the concubines and the princesses and all that glory.
But even in this time, don't try to compare Solomon like how they do with Job. Like Job get more, and you know, like they're always trying to find some way to stick it to this kingdom. This is us. This is not paradise, not for us. This is us. Us? Yeah, that series here. This is us. The Lord is not going to make you no billionaire in this place. Not the elect, not the sick. Let's say what the poor of this world, rich in the faith. Don't look to be no billionaire and to be no elect in this place.
You're supposed to be of a low mindset.
You're not even supposed to even desire to be a billionaire. Because scriptures say what? Woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation. You shouldn't even want in the back of your mind to even have that level of money, because you don't know, hey, if I had this money now,
that means something wrong.
I ain't going to get it on the next side. I'm going to be one of the beasts. You don't want to be one of the beasts on the next side. You go down in here, sir.
Right, there's verse 7. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
And that way see we're going through right now. The Lord change our glory into shame. And the scriptures, as the saying is go, as the saying is go, you can tell a nation by their women. Because the glory of a man is what? Is the woman. You can see our glories right now, they're like harlots. Shameless, proud, and a mess.
They willingly want to end nothing and walk the road. And when they watch them and heckle them, they vex.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're not creating a spectacle.
Stretch forth necks. Yeah. And one time. That's how it is. You understand? And why the Lord do this to us? It's because we sinned against Him. So all these things being brought up on us. Go on.
Verse 8. They eat up the sin of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity. And there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them for their doings. For they shall eat and not have enough, and they shall commit whoredom and shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed to the Lord.
Yeah, you run to 13, right? Now you say what? You see all the things that the Lord say he go and do upon them. And it's on many different other places will say the same thing. Why? Because we made an agreement with the Lord. Right? Israel actually cursed themselves. We talk about that in Deuteronomy 27, coming down to the end. Right? They say, cursed be every man that don't fulfill all these things to do them. And they agreed. And that's not the only time Israel cursed herself. I think in Chronicles have a next account where they cursed herself. That all would not who not follow the Lord should be put to death. Yeah. So you see, the things that are going on with us right now we serve in a prison sentence. You can't expect to be in prison. It's not like prison like here in this corrupt society where you know you're in jail and you have flat screen TV and you're making phone calls because you have special, you know, it's not like that with the Lord. When you're serving a prison sentence with the Lord, it's like in the past you go through shit. Even Daniel, who they will always turn to and say, well, he had it so nice in Babylon. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den twice. Not once, you know. It had the one account in Daniel, and then it had the next account in I think in Bella the Dragon. I believe like under the Persian Empire, if I'm not mistaken. Twice the man get thrown. It wasn't easy for him neither. Even though he had his little play, still had shit to go through. Yeah. But he still had to go through shit. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the fire. Joseph, he was cast into prison before he was exalted. All of them still had shit to go through, even though they had a nice little position. You understand? Because at the end of the day, they was still being afflicted. Well, not Joseph so much, because he gets sold into slavery, but the others, more or less, they was serving a sentence. And even Daniel said that we gonna bring out after. So go down, I'm the 13.
Really understand. For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit whoredom and shall not increase because they have left off to take heed to the Lord. Whoredom.
Left off to take heed to the Lord. There wasn't that spirit where, just like today, they don't want to hear nothing about the things of the Lord. If we out here preaching, you know what I'm doing, and getting ready for Christmas. You understand? Then taking out loans, the shopping, they doing whatever it is they had to do for when Christmas come to be able to give honor to the heathen gods. You understand?
Verse 11. Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. My people ask counsel at their stock, and their staff declare it unto them. For the spirit of whoredoms had forced them to err, and they have borne a whoring from under their power.
They say the ask counsel of their stocks. You understand? It's idols they're praying to.
No, what you say, what the staff? Yeah, the staff declare it unto them.
You understand?
Sticks and stones.
And that, it had actual precept in that. Let me get that quick before that lose my mind there. You see, they Jeremiah 2 verse 27, it says, saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth. It say, for they have turned their back unto me, and not their face. It say, but in the time of their trouble, they shall say, arise and save us. And you see, same mindset. Even Jeremiah talk about it. There was in that mindset where, say the Lord, you're not on me because we don't want to be keeping all this, and when our brother do me something, I want to do it back something. You understand? understand? And our brotherly love, and Israel wasn't on that. They wanted to do the desires of their own heart.
Yeah, that was on abundance. That was given. That was taken into the appetites, given into the lust.
So that's why the Lord had to jack them up. That's why we are put in this position that we are in right now. And all of us pay pay. All of us. You understand? It's true, as the Lord said, that He would not tempt them above that which they are able, but provide a way for them to escape. So the elect wouldn't be tempted above their means, but even the elect had to go through shit too. Because, like I say, all of us are in prison.
The thing with the elect is they understand why they're here. So when their trials come, you know they have to take it.
Wisdom and knowledge.
Sure,
It's the at their times.
Right. Verse 13. They sacrifice upon the tops of their mountains and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery.
And you see my daughters committing whoredom right now, and your spouses committing adultery. And just like how we commit whoredom inside to the Lord, and the Lord had to sit down and watch it. Now we, daughters and wives, in the same position, and we can't do nothing about it. We had to sit down and watch it the same way.
They sacrifice upon the top of the mountains. As I read, I think all the religious heads of the world going on top some mountain
They go on mountains.
No, they're coming up. I think they're doing it this year, early next year. It's still to come. Whoa, I was hearing it on the radio. As I read that, I come back to mind. They're going on hold hand and pray, Papa.
On a mountain.
I think it's in Jerusalem. On some mountain, and they're going and pray.
Oh, that mountain going to get cleansed just now. That
The
mountain.
Pope leading them in prayer.
That is
All the
the
religious leaders, all the big imams, all the big Hindu, what is called them pundits, of all religions, you know.
TD snakes.
Yeah, that is the new world order, right?
TD snakes.
All of them in one agreement.
Yeah.
All of this live in different God and agreeing something wrong.
You see the Daniel 9 and start from 7, right? Even Daniel never come to it. They say, O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, which means to be like shamefaced, like to be ashamed of the transgressions that they did. Because Daniel know why it is he was in Babylon. As I say, at the point in time when Israel was going off, it wasn't that all Israel was off, but because the majority was off, everybody had to feed the pinch fake, so to speak. That way, you see, the Lord always had a small amount, even in the places where he put them, where he scattered them, as he said. He had a small amount who actually never used to really go after the heathens. But because the majority used to do it, the land would speed them out. But Daniel was one of them. You understand? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was also some. But they didn't born in Babylon. It say as at this day to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off. It say through all the countries. It say whither thou hast driven them, and why drive them there. You say the curse is what? They say he will scatter them among the nations. If it is they don't keep the if it is that they don't keep the precepts and so forth. Because of their trespass, that they are trespass against thee. They say, O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of faces, to our kings, to our princes. They say, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee. They say to the Lord our power belongeth mercy and forgivenesses, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our power to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servant the prophets. I know something popped back into my head. When it is Jake always studying about things like get money and so forth. You know, there's never asked, like even if they're going to a biblical organization of any sort to try to find out how it is to be prosperous, there is never try to learn what is the correct thing to do. Jake does never focus on how is the correct way to live. You never hear them ask that question. I wonder where it is the Lord delighted. I wonder what it is pleasing to the Lord. I wonder what it is I could do to be able to be in good favor with the Lord. Jake that is far from Jake mind. Far. As long as they see somebody, I sure can personally if he just talking to Nate. I know Nate balling. He's that balling. Right? Balling. So you don't know. He might be went to him for that specific reason to try to figure out, hey, how it is I can get a slice of that cake in that under that kind of biblical vibration. He doesn't want to go to GMS and be like,
You can't go to GMS.
yeah, because
you cannot go to GMS. Not that he couldn't.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
didn't know what he couldn't.
no, but he don't want. I sure he didn't want to because them guys is called them bums. That was called me bums. So you don't know to yourself, hey, them men balling. I don't want to be woke and be broke. I want to be like them guys. I want to be like me. I want to get a booster club. I want to have a jet. You understand? That's the vibration he was under. Spending these.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Right, you see verse 9, you see verse 11. It say, yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. It said, therefore the curse is poured up upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of power, because we have sinned against him. And he had confirmed his word, which he spake against us. You see, his word he spake against us. Right? You speak against us. And against our judges that judge us by bringing upon us a great evil. And that we're going through right now. We're going through a great evil. Even back then, they was going through it, and now it's the same thing. It says, for under the whole heaven had not been done as had been done unto Jerusalem. So that is how. So that is show you. All these are done, talk about the holler and the cost and all these things, and nothing. And no shit ever take place that was as bad as wherever Israel
we was so bad that they changed the whole ethnicity. It's Africans now.
That they changed the whole history.
They changed the whole history, they changed everything that happened about it. First it was bad.
You understand? Just to cloak it.
You understand?
Because it was
and now that the truth coming out, now they're saying that wasn't us, that was our fathers. You understand?
Yeah,
now they're looking for recompense. Yeah. No, he's my brother. I love you. How's my father?
Yeah, that wasn't us. We don't hate you all. But yet, they're still doing not the same things.
Understand?
But in a more subtle, they say what they say, the words are smoother than butter.
Is it?
Words in their heart.
Yeah. The second is just 15 and from 47. It says, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that which might please and glory in thy lovers, which has always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore, saith power, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee. Yeah? Because what? Because when you're trying to be like her, bro, the daughter of Babylon, that way you're trying to be like, so you commit more them just like her. You understand? You want to excel in wickedness. Because, you know, the only way to excel in this society is to excel in wickedness. And Jake's excel in that. They're wise to do that. You know? The first thing this one do when they get up in the morning is wickedness. 99% of the time. You know?
I remember some of that time. I was talking with somebody, and they was seeing another person doing certain things. I was like, well, look, them, let's do that. I'll make sure I tell them, I say what them do, let them do. You do what you're supposed to do because you don't know where's the outcome. You understand? Scripture say, well, the blind lead the blind, both shall fall in that ditch. So you know that's what somebody else doing something and get away with it. Or it look like something nice, and you play want to follow them. Yeah. That's why Scripture say, well, all things be circumspect.
Yeah, Jake is an envious people. They are envious people, so they will watch the other nations. But who them are all this land, watch this man out. You have 2-3 cars. Yeah, because what? That is them portion, that is not we own. We put them. What is their lot is temporal, and we own not temporal. That's why we have to do it out for now. Because we transgress. And in order to get it back, we have to take with punishment.
Say, and do not be oppressed.
That's how I choose none of those things. And that is exactly what I prefer go back to. Understand? Because you make yourself like unto her. To go a whoring after what? After her gods and her idols and her traditions. Christmas, Carnival, Easter, all these things.
And I hear Jake say that. Remember, I believe it's a Jake. His spirit, I can tell you it's a Jake. You know, you can tell. But I talk about like these Hindus and so forth. And he was saying that, well, look, that is work for them. So he wasn't studying, alright, I wonder if there's a bad thing because it's idols. Yeah. What he's studying is what is good. You understand the outcome.
The effect that he's seeing, yeah, cause and effect. You understand? Cause and effect. Well, sin now and see the effect, right?
No, trust me, the effect is a terrible place right now. I'm 65, I just 65, too man about what I just 65 too. So that's the mindset of Jake, but like I said, they don't understand that the reason why they're here is not for luxury and lavishes. That's a rat race that they will keep running forever. And the more they run it, the more you get, is the more you just want. And this society set in a way that it is plummet within itself. It is imploded. So it's like the correct word I use it is implode on itself. So the more you make, is the more you need to make.
Yeah.
Because really and truly, the dollar depreciating as time go by, inflation happening, so things becoming more expensive. So if you have $1,000 now,
It's not worth $1,000 basically what they're
Exactly.
trying to say. $1,000 is not worth $1,000, worth a good thing.
And as time go by,
It's going to be
worth less. And eventually don't reach that point until what the time of the MOT. That's why you're not supposed to have your mind focusing on things we need. You need things we need to extend because you live in society.
You have to survive, but don't make it your priority.
See where your treasure is, there you have to be also.
You guys there are 65 and 2.
Good number 7.
Yeah. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walk it in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. A people that provoked me to anger.
They say walk it in a way after your own thoughts. Now in scripture say the Lord say what? You see, I will give you pastors after according to my mind. You understand? According to how the Lord's mind is, not according to our own vain imaginations. You understand? Right?
It's a people that have provoked me to anger continually to my face, that sacrifice it in gardens and burn it incense upon altars of brick, which remain among the graves and lodge in the mountains, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels.
So you see, and even we coming now to the tradition, the biggest heathen tradition of the year, right? Well, I believe so. I believe Christmas is the biggest heathen because Christmas is the only thing I think that I can think of that is celebrated worldwide throughout all nations. Even Japanese and all that celebrate Christmas. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't say that is true. You're saying it's correct, but I just think of it as the most demonic festival of all.
Yeah, but
because
it's the biggest.
You know, that is when these higher ups do the sacrifice and reaping and so on and so forth.
They wanted to. This come like they're unleavened. Yeah. They're unleavened time, you know. That's how big it is for them, right? It's something that is something worldwide, and one of the biggest customs of this particular is to sacrifice swine, so to speak. Even though you ain't doing it like you pass on the altar, can
still put it in your money.
Can it come like they're making a technical sacrifice in a sense?
Yeah, because you know, Christmas goes with ham. Ham goes with Christmas. There is no Christmas without ham.
And even all these songs is even gravitated to that. Oh, neighbor, oh,
bring out the ham.
That the vibration that is
push.
push.
Piece of pork. Yeah. You understand? They know that is good together. You understand? And just even to say, right? How it mentioned which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things. Just to digest a little bit. Even the people who say no, you can eat what you want now. And New Testament readers now. You understand? Oh no, he said nothing is unclean. If it wasn't unclean, why every time you talk about it is to deal with something abominable?
It's not what goes into a man's mouth, but it's what comes out. Yeah.
That's your favorite. You don't even understand it. But anyhow, verse 5. Which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. These are a smoke in my nose, the fire that burneth all the day.
And if I can see that same spirit that I am holier than thou. These same people that be doing all these things, when you try to correct them about it, they just get on like if they know more scriptures than you. Or like what they're doing is more right than what you do.
They know more scriptures, but they don't understand what they know.
But their attitude does have like a whole what I doing, I'm alright.
Exactly. The theology school you tell me about your theology.
Yeah, the scriptures don't lie not. The scriptures don't lie. This is why Jake had to be beaten. But even the Lord say what? They say, I've smitten your sons in vain. They say they have received no correction.
Yeah, because no matter what you do, you just going back to do the same shit.
Just like, again, why you love my beat, man? Yeah. Like Jake right now.
Right. Verse 6, behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense into their bosom your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, say the Most High, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blasphemed me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former work into their bosom. And
that is what we're receiving right now. Hard in the bosom. You understand? We're going through that right now. And this is the state of us right now. It's not that way scriptures say again what? They say we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. We're not trying to establish ourselves here because here is a crumbling society. And for you to even have some kind of thing here, you have to join on to the healing. Just like in the Maccabees spirit. You say, you have to make a covenant with them. And once you do that, it is mandatory that you depart from the Lord in some way. It mightn't start all the way at start, but gradually as time go by, you will start to have to draw back from righteousness because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You cannot enjoy the wicked's benefits in the wicked's kingdom without being of the wicked. It does not work that way. You're not going to be some special exception in your mind because that is where you want. Your mind might tell you that, but it does not work that way. It does not. The same way they're not going and get to share our inheritance, we're not getting to share their inheritance, which is no, it's not going to happen. Unless you want some Edomite to be riding your back. And I don't mean like a horse. Good.
Verse 8. Thus saith the Most High, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one said, destroy it not.
What's up, man?
Okay, so well, yeah, that was something I just read.
What's up, just read so yeah. Alright, so that show you what? That show you the Lord already declared what it is He will do to us. And we see in that taking effect now. From the time we come across the spaceships, as the Lord prophesied against us. You understand? That was when the final prison sentence began. More or less. When we were scattered to the different places. And we had to fulfill this sentence until it has been complete. You get Micah from a Bible question. Micah 7. We'll start from Micah 7 will start from verse 9. Right? This is the reason why we're here. This is the reason why we're going through these things. And we cannot change that. That's why the Lord said, what? Wait ye on me until I rise up to the prey. Right? Even say what? Avenge not yourselves. All these things He tell us why, because back in the past, the Lord will raise up somebody, we'll go, we'll fight them, we'll take them down. This time it's not like that. This time we had to sit down and suffer in patience. And we had to wait. We had to wait until it's His time to come and take us out of it. And that is not an easy thing to do, especially, and we'll go further along into that. My next scripture on that. It's not easy to do something like that when you see wicked people around you. You can imagine seeing a whore. Imagine seeing a whore who have nothing good in she head, have no care for the Most High, and people just come and just giving she stuff all the time. While you struggling to try to do certain things, she could buy things that you can't. She not working nowhere.
She have the most.
She not working. I see these things. She not working nowhere, and she could throw parties, and you struggling trying to do correct things. Things like that. We'll go down into that.
Micah 7 and 9.
Yeah.
I will bear the indignation of the Most High because I have sinned against Him.
You say you bear the indignation, and that is the mindset of the righteous. The ungodly about people not in that mindset. They trying to find some loophole around that. I remember hearing a pastor say that once. They say if you had to go to heaven, you don't want to go broke. I remember hearing a pastor say that. I don't forget exactly which one of them dark colored pastors on them. The man said if you had to go to heaven, you don't want to go broke. Scripture said through much tribulation we shall enter the kingdom. What tribulation mean? No, but he's one of them rich pastors here. Don't know that his treasure is here. He not on things above, he on things beneath. And those who follow after him is obvious. They will be in that same spirit, because if it is that he rich and that way he teaching, he have a big gathering.
That is the teacher, and they will learn from the teacher.
Having itching ears. Right.
It says, I will bear the indignation of the Most High because I have sinned against Him. Until He plead my cause and execute judgment for me, He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold His righteousness. Then
you say, go ahead, that's it. You say what? Until He plead my cause and He execute judgment for me. And when you have to wait for somebody else to do something, you ever have need of something and waiting for somebody else to do it for you and see how that is feel? Like you're ready, you're hungry, and you wait for somebody else to come and cook to feed you, and you find like they're taking long, and you have to sit down there with your belly grumbling. You understand? That is not a nice experience. That is a form of suffering. Right there, you're going through tribulation while waiting for that ease. And that's what Israel waiting for right now. That's what the elect waiting for right now. Because the rest of Israel, they're not waiting for that. They trying to get something here because they don't want to wait. But that's what the elect waiting for. They're waiting to get some ease from this place. You understand? Psalm 73. We'll start from 1. This place is secret. They say what? According to the person, they say it shall destroy you. It's all these things shall pursue you until ye be destroyed. And be destroyed as our people right now. You understand? It's so tough. The scriptures say what? They say he shall wear out the saints of the Most High. You understand? And I was see our next brother do a video, brother from UK, and he was talking about going through affliction and so forth. And he was talking about the fact that while it is these other people out here trying to do all these other things and trying to make it, you know, the brothers had actually what they had to study. They had to deny themselves, go through affliction, all these different things. You understand? The other people of the world, they're not putting in this kind of diligence to show themselves approved. Not much things brothers could get if it is there wasn't ungodly. But they had to restrain themselves from doing those things because why? It is not pleasing to the Lord.
Yeah, the practice abstinence.
Can. And yeah, about ruling your body, so to speak. Keeping yourself in order. Denying yourself. And that goes a long way. Because not every man could do something like that. When you know you can easily get something and choose not to do it because it's wrong, that takes a certain level of righteousness.
The second is just Psalm 55. It's and the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness.
You understand? Because why? Because the face blacker than darkness. Why? Because whatever they wanted, they just do. They didn't sit down to consider the error, the ways, the repercussions of it. If you know, like this an ex-man wife, I wouldn't like somebody to. You know, I go rock back. You know, yeah. The mind was just to fulfill their own desires, not understanding that it have repercussions for their actions, especially in the sight of the Most High. Right.
Psalm 73 and 1. Truly power is good to Israel, even to such are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet were almost gone, my steps had well nigh slipped, for I was...
Like I say, before you continue, it say the Lord is good unto Israel. But I might ask if there is that is maybe not get there. Because right now Israel not feeling that sentiment. Israel not feeling that sentiment. And sometimes spirits will play on you where you yourself might have that same kind of thing, you know, like why has thou forsaken me? Sometimes you might go through some real hardship and you'll be like, you know, like it's Malachi. Malachi is what I was looking for. Malachi 1 verse 1. It said the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. It say, I have loved you, say the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? You understand?
When you love me, when you do that,
right?
When you show me that love,
that is spirit that Jake is being sometimes. Because even when Jake learn these things sometimes, for the one who's not an elect, you'll be watching like God love you and they will be able to go through.
That's why I had to go through it.
You understand? That is spirit that is being, and to a certain extent, to one who don't have understanding, you can see where they're coming from because Jake just go through some shit.
Yep.
Right? But when you understand, as we go down into the precept, when you understand, we look for what it is we're going through. And ultimately, it have a bigger goal involved. Because we go in and receive something much greater than what it is we're going through. So, and we had to do that. Right, go ahead.
It's true. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
So you say he was envious at the foolish when he saw the prosperity of the wicked, because earth is given into the hands of the wicked. They are going to prosper. Right? And you know, there's some statements using the whole arm. No rest for the wicked. No, the wicked is rest.
Yeah.
It's the
In
godly.
this world is wicked with us.
Can it's the godly who don't get rest. Them is the one who go in tuition. Them is the one who be in trivialized and so forth. You understand? The wicked is sleep. The only time the wicked don't sleep is when they, as the scripture say what, it say they sleep not less they have done wickedly.
That is it.
That is the only time they don't sleep. Other than that, they don't sleep, man. Sometimes they can sleep for 3 days straight without working.
Yeah.
You understand? Go ahead. So you say he was envious at them.
For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their debt, but their strength is full. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
So you can see that thing's so nice for them that they don't have a worry. They could just go and swipe like Mortal Kombat and just take out anything they want out of the bank. You understand?
Them even taking it out. Just take card, right? Just take card.
Yeah, that's how come from, yeah, black card too, right?
Yeah, big boy, limitless. You know?
Good.
Verse 6. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment.
And even I believe it's David said that in Psalms, he say, give me neither riches nor poverty, lest I be rich and say who is the most high. Because rich, when you have money, you tend to become proud and high-minded.
Done.
You understand? That's why not you see much men in the past was able to have a lot of money because they can handle it. And even today it's the same thing. Money is something that is play with your money. It make you have a real high spirit about yourself. And the Lord, they say the Lord is honor the fool, the lowly. That is one of the reasons why you see a lot of brothers doesn't have much. Because they can't be able to handle much. That and they had to suffer. Go ahead.
Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish.
You see, they start with violence. They say, which they say in Malachi, they say they covet fields and take it by violence. Because that's really how the riches operate too. When the rich have, they just tend to also afflict the poor.
Yeah.
You understand? Because at some point in time, the poor go and have something you want, and they're going and use your wealth to take it from them. Because it's in the power of your hands. It's take real restraint when you're rich enough. It's take real restraint. Right.
Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak roughly. They set their mouth against the heaven.
They they speak wickedly
concerning
against
oppression. Concerning oppression.
Because what they the one who oppressing and they not being oppressed. So in their minds, they talk shit. You understand? I want to go ahead. That's what
they set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither and waters a full cup are wrung out to them. And they saw how doeth power know, and is their knowledge in the Most High. And they say, Salakia, how doth power know, and is their knowledge in the Most High.
Imagine the rich and the technology. They could be able to take 2 female rats and clone it and make an next rat. You understand?
As you bring up that, yeah, the big thing, right? Yeah, the big revelation. So, lo and behold, this cloning thing was going on since the 1800s, right?
I don't want to know the shit.
They successfully clone humans already. They do it already.
I didn't see that one.
And the reason that they don't, basically the reason they're not doing it now is because of ethics. China successfully created half man, half animal breeder people, and they mass produce and these kind of things because of ethics. And these are wicked people, right? So what are their ethics? Where does the ethics end, right?
The ethics is not to share the information with you.
Exactly.
But they're doing it in the background.
They're doing it.
Yeah, they're still perfect.
I found out that the other day.
They're still perfect.
I said, well, since the 1800s, they clone it. They said they successfully cloned ones already.
I remember when I was looking up into GMO, and I was seeing that GMO existed since almost over about 50 years before it actually come like mainstream. So you can imagine how far.
You ever see a real thing?
Yeah, I see it.
No, I mean in your life, like growing up.
No, not growing, but I see the pictures of how
it's supposed to be
before the altar. I remember reading through a list of different fruits that we just consume today that altered almond nuts. Originally, you could eat almond nuts. So that's the pride that they own, that How God could be saying this is good? They say we could show him that he's wrong. You understand? That's the kind of pride that they have in them right now.
Things like, I sure you grew up knowing cauliflower and broccoli.
Yeah, but that
You know where that come from?
That GMO.
That's how just make that in Italy.
Yeah, that is I think
That is
from
cabbage.
yeah.
It's from cabbage.
Yeah,
broccoli and cauliflower is not real like natural
grown. Yeah, the alternate.
Yeah, it's not a natural vegetable.
Good on it.
Verse 8, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. They set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth. Therefore his people return hither.
I love you said on that particular one. You see what? It's show you the mindset of the proud or the high in this world. So if you had to follow an example, why would you follow them? That's why even Paul say what? They say, be followers of me as I am of Mashiach. Because Mashiach is the ultimate example. He's the one you're supposed to follow. If you have to follow anybody, follow Mashiach's examples. If you follow any proud of this world just because they have a little bit of money, it's obvious the reward they're going to receive.
You're going to receive as well.
But if you follow Mashiach as the example, the reward he received, you're going to receive that. So when you understand the concept, man? Mm-hmm. But that is for those that spiritually minded. Say this is Proverbs. That's not. Proverbs, I believe it's supposed to be 10 verse. But I'm going to clarify that.
Verse 10, therefore his people return hither, and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them. And they say, how doth power know, and is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world, they increase in riches. Verily, I also.
Say what? These are the ungodly in the world who prosper in riches. So the scripture is telling you who is the ones that prosper. It's the pride go before destruction. I know it's in Proverbs now. Pride go before destruction. I read what it was Proverbs 10 verse. I know
16 and 18.
16, 18. Proverbs 16 verse 18. I used it in a while now, bro. They say Proverbs 16 from verse 17, right? Proverbs 16 from verse 17 is say the highway of the upright is to depart from evil. And to be successful in this space, it's hard to depart from evil. Because the things people do or tend to do is that they're defrauding your brother, you're not paying you proper wages, you had to do some kind of criminal activity, some kind of unrighteous activity to be able to prosper comfortably to that extent. You understand? This society. Right? It's to depart from evil. It's he that keepeth his way, preserveth his soul. And that's supposed to be a main objective, to preserve your soul in this place, to save yourself from this untoward generation. Because all they're focusing on is different to what it is you focusing on. If you're of the righteous. They say pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. They say better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoils with the proud. And we people don't understand that. They don't want to give a humble spirit with the lowly. Down there.
Nobody spoils. You don't need spoils.
You know much, I remember talking to somebody about that last night. I was talking to somebody about that. So he was talking about like rape, like people go to prison and get raped and so forth. I said, I don't man, you can't rape a man just so. You understand? You rape a woman, a man stronger than a woman and so forth, but a man, you can't just hold a man and rape him. I said, look how big I'm strong. You understand? But the person was talking about like them rappers and so forth who will be getting raped. And I was like, these rappers not getting raped.
He's going to sacrifice him for the proper.
Yeah, at the end of the day, as a big strong rapper, a man going to hold you down in a studio and rape you. Even though the Bobby wasn't willing to do it,
They know they had to do it.
To some extent, the consent because they know that that is what I have to do to be able to get what I have. They had to do. You have to do some kind of wickedness to be able to establish yourself in this kingdom. You understand? You come out years after and talk about you get real. I'll show you what's more than once.
It was rubbish.
So me, the might touch you up. You want to come and complain about it now. You
wanna
was a
come
willing
and sell them
participant. You understand? You're because you're angry. You hurt your feelings. You was a part of it.
Yeah, they was willing to take it for the consolation they was giving you.
Can. Yeah, that way say what it's better to be with the lowly than to divide the spoils. Divide, what you say?
Divide the spoils with
Divide the
the
spoils with the proud.
Yeah.
You understand? Well, go ahead now. Don't need to be long in it.
Verse 13. Verily I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocency. For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning.
So he going through shit. He going through shit, trying to be good. And he watching the prosperity, the wicked. And he said in the beginning what he said, he was envious of them.
Yeah, he was envious of the fools.
You understand? When he saw the prosperity, the wicked. Yeah. And he going through shit and he's struggling. But, go ahead.
He said, for all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me.
See, it was hard. And that why even the apostles just tell you, this walk is not easy. This is not an easy. This is not an easy road. It's not an easy walk. Right? Now I precept for it. They say the Ecclesiasticus 9, right? I'll start from verse 11. From verse, hold on. Ecclesiasticus 9 from verse 11, right? It say, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. You understand? Scriptures tell you things like this in many different places for many different reasons. Even the Lord say what? He say, all these things have I told you that ye should not be offended. This is the condition of the battle. So the righteous shall suffer strange things and hope for wide, while the wicked shall suffer strange things but not see wide. So the righteous had to suffer. The wicked might have a little comforts in it, but they will also go through their shit too. Say verse 12, they say, delight not in the things that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their graves. And that's something I always comfort myself with. Somebody do me unjustly, you're not going to get away with it. Not you don't know how nice that has helped me to sleep, knowing that, you know what? You're not going to get away with it. It might be today, tomorrow, a year from now.
But you're going to
you're not going to get away with it. I deal with you fairly. Just like how David said, you rewarded me evil for good. Yeah. So set a wicked man on the side. You're not going to get away with it. Go ahead. Don't envy them.
Verse 17. Until I went into the sanctuary of power, then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction.
So you say what? You went to the sanctuary, the Most High, meaning what? You came into the understanding of the truth.
That's what you say, I understood that.
You understand? And you say what? You say, go ahead.
You say, surely thou didst set them in the slippery places. Thou cast them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment they are utterly consumed with terrors? As a dream, when one awaketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image.
Right? And now you're waiting for the Lord to come now. To come and recompense them for their actions. Right now they're going to enjoy it and they think everything cool because, as the scripture say, what? Because execution against an evil work is not done speedily. You understand? They had a proud, the virgin daughter, like nobody can do me nothing, I've never been touched. That is the attitude of the ungodly. Right.
Verse 21. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my veins. So foolish was I and ignorant. I was. Alright, well there, 22. So foolish was I and ignorant. I was as a beast before thee.
You see, he was as a beast before thee because he wasn't thinking righteously. He didn't understand that, hey, even though they're going through the nice life now, everything going on make a complete 180.
The latter end will be
You understand? All who on top, the scriptures say what? All who is proud and lofty, riches shall be brought low. All in that time to come, all these people who doing these things and studying riches here and not studying to build up the spiritual piggy bank, as the brothers will say.
Yeah.
When that time comes, there's nothing to withdraw from.
God.
You can't withdraw from the ATMs in that time. The ATMs not gonna be working. And that spiritual piggy bank, if you don't have your insurance plan for
Yeah, put on your retirement
you
plan.
understand?
Yeah, bro.
Put on your retirement plan.
You understand?
Yes.
Just seek your Wiley. Man, up, God.
In-
When he set off.
in that time to come,
Yeah, that is it, son of a family. Not you, it? Bro.
listen, man. Job are looking for. What people are Job are looking for? Enjoy the get up now, but enjoy the hypocrites for bottom moments. Enjoy the hypocrites.
The joy of the hypocrites?
Yeah, enjoy the hypocrite. That is in Job, I believe it is. So all these scriptures showing you that what? One, don't put your energy into this place. Yes, the Lord will provide things whereas you could survive if you get into it, right?
Yeah.
The Lord will provide things whereas you could provide provide things here where you could survive, you could do certain things. But don't have it in your mind like like you want to be rich in this place. Don't try to in a time, especially in a time like now where you can see everything, you could visually see everything crumbling. You're supposed to even be studying those things even less. Because right now, at any little instance that take place, all it takes is one event right now, and shit could just, and you see it in cartoons. Like in
this fella said that in Batman joke that said that. So all this thing is a little push.
yeah, and that is it.
For man to reach on the edge of insanity and for society to crumble. That is literally what the man said. That is literally what he said.
And there's prison movies probably used to say what the tongue shall tell on themselves. I remember that episode of South Park. Everybody by the ATM and no ATM is fucking working. No ATM, nobody could.
That was a thing for China.
Yeah, huh?
It was like you know they said the Simpsons as predicted thing.
Yeah.
I was like a prediction for what went on in China for them 3 months. So